I want to start with an opening little story. And it was a teacher once gave, and you can put the title slide up there, Keith. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, attitude of gratitude. Boy, oh boy, yes. There was a teacher who once gave her students a simple assignment. She's told the students to write a thank you note to someone who has made a difference in their lives. Well, most of the students wrote little notes to their parents or their grandparents, but one young boy, he sat frozen, not writing anything, just staring at his blank paper. Finally, the teacher knelt beside him, and she asked, is something wrong? He said, I know who I want to thank, but I don't think it matters to them. And she said, who is it? The janitor. He explained that every day the janitor opened the door when he arrived, and he would smile, and he'd say, I'm glad you're here. Nobody has ever said that to me in my whole life. The teacher encouraged him, and the boy wrote the note. A few days later, the janitor came into the room to see the teacher, and he had tears in his eyes. And he said, I've worked in this school for 27 years. I've received lots of complaints, but this is the first thank you note I've ever received. I will keep it forever. Nothing changed in that boy's life. Nothing changed in the janitor's job. But gratitude changed everything. Gratitude didn't just make one person feel better. It revealed the blessing that had been there all along. Today we're going to explore what happens when gratitude becomes not just something that we say, but the way we see life. Let's go to that next slide. This is where we're going to go today. Gratitude changes what we notice. Gratitude changes what we feel. Gratitude changes what we attract and create. That third one, how about that? Right? Let's go to that next one, please. Gratitude as a spiritual lens. That's where I'm going today, right? It changes how we see, how we feel, and how we live. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. Gratitude is a spiritual lens. A spiritual lens. I like that. The single eye, right? Gratitude changes how we see, how we feel, and how we live. I'm going to say it again. Gratitude changes how we see, how we feel, and how we live. The first point I want to make today is gratitude changes what we notice. Let's go to that next one. Your greatest weapon, I love this, is your mindset. Train it to see opportunities instead of obstacles. That all sounds good, doesn't it? But is it easy? No. Yeah, just have something go wrong this morning. Just like that, right? Now we see an obstacle. In case you saw me limping going up this step, I have an obstacle, but I'm choosing not to see it. I'm choosing to see otherwise. So, slow down, Kathy. I get excited about this kind of stuff, I know. Anyway, let's go ahead to that next one with the butterfly. I think you can read it from there, but I will read it because it's cursive. When you choose to see lessons instead of losses. When you choose to see lessons instead of losses, you turn setbacks into stepping stones. Think about that. I love that. Turn setbacks into stepping stones. How many have felt setbacks in their life? How many have felt losses in their life? Right? And to be able to see those as lessons as to what I have to learn from this. And I even see someone young enough that's in the school system, and how many times that you have losses. Maybe you didn't get the good grade that you thought you were going to get, and you see that as a loss. But when you can see it as a stepping stone into how can I improve. My parents always told me that. You didn't get the B, but how can you improve it to get an A? What can you do better, right? What can you do better when it didn't go so well at the family reunion? What can you learn from that, right? What can you learn when you get caught up in a negative conversation with somebody, and the next thing you know, now you're spewing negativity? That's right. I don't think they should be doing that either, right? So it's looking at that, noticing how we feel, and choose to do something better. There again, your greatest weapon is your mindset that we just showed you. Lessons instead of losses. Blessings instead of burdens. Oh, I can't believe I got to stay after church today and help pick up sticks and everything else. Come on, there's somebody that woke up thinking that, maybe. Or maybe you stayed home and watching on Facebook. Just kidding. Don't turn me off yet. I got some good stuff coming. But it's true, don't we? We see that, I got to clean the shower. What was it Ron Wills taught us best? Right? You get to clean the shower. You get to pick up sticks. You get to make this grounds beautiful. Instead of, I have to go to the dentist tomorrow. I get to go to the dentist. It changes your mindset. And when you change your mindset, you change your vibration. And when you change your vibration, the energy field out here changes. Oh, I can't say that enough. And I don't know if we'll ever really get that. How powerful we are vibratory. We're vibratory beings. And everything we do, we're sending off an energy. So we want to pay attention to what we're putting out there, right? I'll never get done if I don't keep moving. Anyway, my second point is the part about feeling. Gratitude changes how we feel. Oh, I think I just talked about that, didn't I? When you change your vibration, see, how you feel shifts your vibration. Can you understand that part? How you feel? So how you feel about picking up sticks today. What are you putting out there? And I can just tell you, let's just say I know somebody that's excited about the grounds, right? 2 people right here, they're excited about these grounds. They love these grounds. And here comes Kaylee. I'm here. What do you want me to do?
Feel grateful.
I don't feel grateful. I'd rather be home, mowing my own grass. What am I doing to their energy field, right? Now, Joyce both of them are smiling here, right? So guess what's happening here? I'm going to start opening my arms because they keep smiling at me when I'm trying to get them to join in my bandwagon. I want somebody to say, me too, I really didn't want to be here either. I don't know what we're supposed to do. I know, see? Nobody tells us what we're doing around here. Oh, come on, you know how this goes in your own life. with other situations, does it not? And we go around looking for somebody to join in our camp of negativity so we can feel more of this. And what is the result of that? Peace or pain? We must love pain because we sure do it a lot. I'm talking myself here. How do I know this, right? I recognize it in myself. Gratitude is emotional alchemy. Do you know what the word alchemy means? I had to look it up again because I think, yeah, I know what it means, but I couldn't put it in words. Transformation of matter. It's a chemistry term. Transformation of matter. But gratitude is an emotional alchemy. It can transfer that into matter by me shifting from I have to go to I get to go. I've just created some alchemy there. Oh, you're learning some big stuff here this morning. Yes, you can't feel resentment, fear, or anger when you are truly in a state of gratitude. Did you notice that? When you are driving and you are in all this gratitude for everything you see around you as you're driving, right? I don't notice the negative drivers out there. Now, remember, I have a Prius C, and I have a smiley face and a breathe on the back of my car. Big trucks are not very friendly to me, okay? They're like right up on my butt. I don't know why, but that bothers them. I also have just bought a newer car, Toyota hybrid, but I put my license plate radiate on the back. Having a little bit bigger car didn't make a difference. That license plate still bugs people, right? So I have people getting on my rear end, right, of my car, and I see them, but I'm in awe of all this stuff. They don't get to me. But when I'm in a negative mindset, I'm looking in my rear view mirror. What is your problem? Why do I bug you so bad? I'm just giving you some examples of true life and how this can relate. This lesson today can relate in your own life with your own stories, right? So think about that. You can't feel resentment, fear, or anger when you're in a state of gratitude. 12-step has a saying, gratitude casts out self-pity. I'm going to say that loudly. Gratitude casts out self-pity. Woe is me. No, up the bed. Gratitude casts out self-pity. I am very concerned because suicide is happening more and more and more. And with not just older people, middle age, but our young people. What is that saying? They don't feel worthy. They've lost their worth. We have got to shore ourselves up with gratitude, because that is the only way to cast out these feelings, people, is to find something you're grateful for. I'll tell you another story. Oh, yes, I know what I'm going to tell you about. Debbie Wilhelm, who comes here, occasionally, we don't see her often because she is dealing with multiple autoimmune diseases, cancer, and multiple other physical diagnoses. Multiple. How this woman is even standing sometimes, I don't know. Her son, Chris, many of you know Chris. He's come here before. Chris is on the spectrum, and he is 29 years old. Now, I'm going to tell you that I've known them for probably 8, 9, 10 years at least. And no matter when I see them, they are always telling me something they're grateful for. I went to the hospital yesterday to see Chris. He's in the hospital. I've been talking to his mom on a regular basis. She is really, really struggling. And so is Chris. He keeps having seizures and falling down. And so I go to the hospital to take him a prayer blanket. And he is just telling me how nice everybody is in the hospital. And I said, it's getting close to your lunchtime. I said, I already ordered my lunch. He goes, and I said, what? What are you so happy about? He said, because I ordered cheese quesadillas and sour cream and guacamole. Now he is in a bed and he is all excited about he found something to be grateful for. And this is the way he is. And he wants to go home and he doesn't want to be there, but he keeps finding something he's grateful for. His mom, I talked to her and she said, she will say, I don't understand why all this keeps happening to me, Reverend Kathy. But you know what? I know that God's in charge, and I know that everything is in divine order. And she just starts saying this litany of gratitude every time I talk to her. Now I'm going to go back to some of you old timers. Mary Fig. Anybody remember that name? Hey, Mary Haley. They were living examples of this talk. Gratitude changes everything, no matter how bad it was. Now, these are matriarchs of this church, those two names. They go back 34, 35, how long have we been? Maybe even longer. Mary Fig goes back at downtown, right? Where we were originally downtown. Anyway, living examples of this talk. Always finding something when you go to see them. Mary Fig was in an automobile accident in her 80s. She had these rods that went all the way up both legs because her pelvis and this bone of both legs were broken. And she had this contraption on her, and it was very, very painful. And I would go, and you could see her go, divine order is taking place right now. Literally. These people were my mentors. And when I heard this, I'm like, I want to be like that. I want to be like that. And how are they like that? They studied these principles and practiced these principles of what some people out there will call Pollyannish thinking. It can be, if that's the only camp you're going to be in, it can be Pollyannish, and then you wonder why it doesn't work. Sandy, I love that you're right here because she is such a promoter of this. It's this and it's that. It's painful, and I'm in a horrible contraption, and divine order is always taking place. It's this and that. When you get over here, it's all good. No, it's not. There's pain. There is suffering on this human plane. On this human plane, I haven't evolved enough to only be 100% spiritual. If that happens, I will probably have transitioned to the next life. But I'm hopeful. I don't stay in this camp near as long. I recognize it, and then I move here quickly. But I recognize it, and move here as quick as I can. Sometimes I'm here with this knee. I have been over here since October, okay? So, but I don't stay there. It hurts, it gives me pain, it's hard to go up a step, not all the time. But when it does, I realize it, and then I say, I'm healing, it's in divine order. I'm doing the things I know I need to do. I could go belabor this, I'm sorry, but I think it's important for you to hear that. because I think it's important for you to realize you are a spiritual being here on Earth School having a human experience. And so the more you claim, first and foremost, you are a spiritual being, right? And if you cover the Course in Miracles, none of this is real. The only thing that's real is love. But we're here having a human experience. So you have to kind of look at here, but I'm going to go here because it's a lot better over here. But don't deny that. Okay, that's another whole class, Sandy. Anyway, my next third point I wanted to make was gratitude changes what we create and attract. What we create and attract. Oh, I skipped some slides, didn't I? Let's go to the next one. Oh, this might be hard to read. Let me see if I can get a close-up of it. Make it a habit to talk about blessings more than burdens. This is where I told you earlier. This is where you got to watch how the conversations you get engaged with. You might be in your right thinking, but over here at the coffee pot at work, there's a lot of negativity going on. I know, I have the same problem. It's that easy. It's that easy to jump over in that camp, isn't it? There's almost like an addiction. Why is it that they call it breaking news? They don't call it joyful news because nobody would listen. But breaking news, I mean, it's so true. We're wired this way, apparently. I don't know where it comes from, but we do it. Gratitude is a spiritual power. Gratitude opens the door. Gratitude can open the door to creativity. And I'm talking, creativity can be as an artist, a writer. It can be also, let's go to this slide. Next one. Gratitude is alchemy. It turns ordinary days into sacred moments. Is there another one? I think it is. Yes. Gratitude opens the door to the power, the wisdom, the creativity of the universe. So it opens the creativity of your mind. If you don't want to say, I'm not an artist, right? I don't have that. I'm not a painter. I'm not a writer. You have thoughts. So what kind of thoughts do you want to create? Gratitude opens the door. You all have that door. You have that door. Gratitude will open it, even if it's just a little bit. Wisdom, it opens wisdom, the creativity of the universe. You open the door, how? What? Is that only one person reading this slide? Oh, Lord. I go to all this work, and one person reads it. Do you know how long it takes me to find these things? Oh, my goodness. It opens the door. Thank you. My work is done. Okay. Did everybody get a card? A blank card? A greeting card. It looks like a greeting card in an envelope. Is there anyone that did not get one? Ushers, if you don't mind, raise your hand high so they can see you. And yes, the kids can have one too. Yes, I want them to do the exercise. Here, they might need some help. Okay, now, also, do you have a pen or pencil? Are you able to search for a pen or pencil? Here's some more, Bob.
Who needs a pen?
Who needs a pen now? Raise your hand. And I've got cards. Anyone still need a card? Anybody need a pen or pencil? Put your hand up high. Okay, what do you need? Pen or? You got it? You need a card? No, you don't get to share a card. No sharing a card. I have plenty, abundance. Who needs a card? Who needs a card? Going once, going twice. Marilla needs one in the back. If you can get one to Marilla, there. All right. All right, you heard about the story in the beginning about the boy that wrote the note, the thank you note. So I'd like you to just think about who you want to write a note to for someone who has made a difference in your life. Can be something what the little boy thought it was insignificant, but it ended up being awesome. So if you feel led, go ahead and write to them. And if your writing wants to be a little lengthy, then turn to your envelope and put their name on it so you remember who you're going to send this to or give to. So someone who has made a difference, small, large. It could be the McDonald's drive-through person, Kroger checkout person. It can be somebody, a teacher, a coworker, parent, grandparent. It doesn't matter. This is your thank you gratitude card. Because somebody in your life needs a card today. You may never know what this card is going to mean to this person. You may mail it, you might drop it off, but it isn't about you having to be there when they read it. Because once you set that flow and you send a card off or you hand it off, let go of attachments to the results. Because ego loves to do this. I can't believe they didn't call me or text me or thank me for the card I sent. I know you can relate. I promise you this. Gratitude never stops with the person who receives it. It expands to the one who gives it. You ever notice that? You get excited about giving somebody a gift, right? And let's say you mail it. Now, grandparents, I know there's some of you that's in the same boat as me. Nobody ever writes thank you notes anymore. Did they even get my wedding present? I don't know. They don't. I have let go of attachments because I felt so much joy giving that gift. Why am I ruining my joy with my attachment that they should be sending me a thank you note? I quit. I just quit doing it. I'm not going to take away my joy anymore. Nobody, nothing is going to take away my joy. So now I have a song and video for you to end this talk today. Have we got it? I know this song very well. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. Yes! I thank the universe for each new day, whether it's sunny or it's pouring rain or snowing, in any situation, time or place. My grateful heart creates a state of grace. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. She knows the song. Attitude, I've got an attitude. I've got an attitude of gratitude. I sent this to you last night. Did you get Get it?
The darkness taught me how to praise the light. Wrongness makes me hunger for what's right. Now there's not any place where I don't see heaven's blessings pouring down on me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've got an attitude. I've got an attitude.
I think you could play this one anywhere you go.
Attitude of gratitude. When Jesus fed the hungry multitude, he did it with a grateful attitude. Although it looked like there was not enough, he thanked his Father for abundant love. Say yeah,
Yeah,
whoa yeah,
yeah,
say yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. I got an
attitude. I got an attitude. I got an attitude of gratitude. Piano.
See, I knew you knew how to dance. Ooh, look at that. Okay, here we go. Oh, this.
Yeah,
I've got an
attitude. I've got an attitude. I've got an attitude of
gratitude.
Now I used to cry for
She told me she couldn't
deliverance,
dance.
send desperate pleas
To the heavens.
But it wasn't until I gave up and got still I could see all the gifts I'd been given. Yeah, now I've got an attitude. I've got an attitude. I've got an attitude of gratitude.
Speed it up.
I've got an attitude. I've got an attitude. I've got an attitude of gratitude.
One more time.
I've got an attitude of gratitude.
Yeah.
Thank you, God.
Namaste. The grateful heart in me sees and truly honors that grateful, joyful heart in every single one of you. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. I'll put that song out on Facebook so you can download it for yourself. It's